Like very soon, I can't take this anymore. I'm checking price and it is lower every hour. Check price, bet price. I can't take this anymore. I have over invested by a lot. I need the price to go up already. Can they do something?
All right, let's kick it off.
Another blunt, man. This is good time.
Good evening, everybody. How's it going? Everybody survived today. Nominally. See what is happening here. Need the price to go up. Getting everything situated here. Let's see, till they actually start removing bad actors. No hope for meme stocks. To which I said bad actors being the apes. Manny Lynn, good to see you, my friend. Song has been kicked. Check that one off. Tick that one off the box, off the list. Chris, both sides actually.
You got a real bad temper.
Well,
another woman that wants me to pimp her. Out of sight, out of mind.
You can't change Wall Street. That's how you do it. Yep. 24 cents profit. Well, tell you what, that's something. Let's see what we got here today. Okay. So I wonder what happened with Trey today. I didn't see him. I never see him. And there's a lot of crap on here. Honestly, there is a lot of bullshit. Imagine that. But, I mean, like, finance news, of course, put out 16 videos today. She'll Talk Daily puts out these bullshit 3-minute, 2-minute videos. Also, Benji down here somewhere. And then before we know it, it's like 12, 20 hours ago, one day ago. So I don't know. Here's AB Investments. Grilling with Phil. And then random German videos coming in here. I like this Roach Capital video here. The description: the Fed is in a state of being overconfident and desensitized. A dangerous combination. I mean, imagine this guy. Imagine being this motherfucker and claiming somebody is overconfident. I mean, that is a complete joke. And desensitized? Well, okay. Squeeze will cause an major economic crisis, but he's got a new video out. Shorts are trying to delist ape. Oh my. Delist. Well, I tell you what, dragons. It is a very commonly used. In fact, I'll show you. It is a commonly used bookmark around here, sadly. Right up here. It's right there, sadly. Let's see. Let's get this out of here. Go back. There we go. But it's all in the name of science. All in the name of science. Okay, well, we won't jump straight into Thomas James because he's pretty bad. So let's go with somebody who's also pretty bad. This is this was posted by a member of our channel, Badback007. It's a clip from Casey Shaw's live stream. This is actually from August 17th of last year, 2021. And here he's going to explain something that he calls synthetic price failure. So this is very central to his whole thesis, this idea of synthetic price failure. So let's see what he means.
Okay, so the price is dropping indeed below that level of support at $37. So again, back to what I was talking about earlier today, synthetic price failure incoming. I was a little worried about this. You know, I didn't anticipate the price jumping up to $38, 38 and some, almost $39 before moving down. Let me just make sure I have this incorporated into my charts. 38.77. Yep. Okay.
38.
So basically
38.77. Oh dear.
811 to 817 today. We've had a 31.9% increase in price. This is the time where you start recording new lows. Currently, we're at 36.59. And
listen to that clicky keyboard. Oh wow, he's a gamer too.
Drop of 5.6%. So, we're 1/4 of the way, a little over 1/4 of the way to a synthetic price failure. This is where they try to generate paper hands. So they artificially raise the price up to some point, generate people coming in and buying shares, and then dump. This is what happens here is they get those people to sell, and because of that, those people who just newly moved into new positions with AMC. Suddenly sell. So it does part of the work for them in dropping the price. So ultimately, if we see a price...
So he's basically talking about basic trading strategies like that, don't really... How is this synthetic price...
drop of 23%, then you've lost like 3% of the population roughly. Not the total population, but you've lost 3% of that population of shares that might have been purchased during that initial price rise. So, but yeah, it's not by any means 3% of the total population in shares.
I mean, I can't help but mention people day trade stocks. People buy stocks, people sell stocks, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. You don't know who's buying, who's selling. So to say that 3% of the people that bought in are going to sell out, I mean, yeah, thank you. Those are the words I was looking for. Emotional trading. Yes, emotional trading. And, it just anybody who actually generates profits investing or trading, they don't fall for that stuff. They have experienced it plenty to know, and you know what I'm talking about, watching a chart. It's if you watch a chart long enough, you can get a feel for how it moves. Is this a reversal, or is this just a pullback? Is it a bull or bear flag? That kind of stuff. Is the selling drying up? Is the buying drying up? What's happening? And you get a feel for those things. And yeah, I mean, sometimes from one minute to the next, it seems like it's totally different, but that's kind of your job to notice these patterns and try to figure out if you're trading, that is. So anyway, yeah, thank you, Model 3 Dude. Emotional trading, uninformed trading. Let's add that in there. emotional, uninformed trading, or uninformed emotional trading.
It's just a portion of the people who are new or more paper-handed or have tendencies to be paper-handed. Now, the hopes there, or the idea behind this psychological attack, is that you get it's like tossing a snowball. Oh, I'm putting a bookmark down on this one. Snowball. That's what I'm calling this one.
He was proud of that.
It's like tossing a snowball down the hill, right? And as the snowball tumbles down the hill, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and until suddenly you have this gigantic just snowball rolling down the hill, like we've all seen in cartoons. So that's what the purpose of these synthetic.
Right, but those are cartoons. I mean, I love how everything is a cartoon. Everything is a movie. You know, Al from Karachi always says, "Oh, you guys remember that scene from blah blah blah?" Or no, it's Ape Father. I think Al does it too, but Ape Father. Well, you're not in a movie, okay? So then let's talk about synthetic price failure.
They want to get this price down as low as, you know, they want to try and do this.
Who are
repeatedly.
They want to get the price. Who are we talking about here? Who is they? I'm sorry. Who are they? Who are they?
Over and over and over.
Market makers,
more people to fold their shares.
The literal neutral party, literally the people who try to remain as neutral as possible, despite all of the bullshit buying and selling that happens day to day on 8,000 stocks.
You know, the hopes is that they can continue to get more and more people to sell off.
Blame Dave Portnoy for that.
We have about 83 cents left before we are back down to even for the day. SPF, synthetic price failures. They're rough. But I think it's, to me, it's encouraging to see that they're consistent. I love consistency. What's really difficult on me is when numbers do things they're not supposed to do.
Oh, when numbers do things they're not
supposed to do. I see patterns that repeat themselves over and over and over.
Well,
those make.
Oh, this must be driving you crazy then now. But that's not how things work. They don't repeat over and over the same way. That is so dumb. I mean, so much faith is put into that idea. Cycles. But there is this, this belief that numbers are supposed to do something. It's supposed to do this. It's supposed to do that. If this happens, this is supposed to happen. If that doesn't happen, this other thing is supposed to happen. But, I mean, the reality is you have a live, open, I will say it, free market. And you can't predict how many, I mean, I don't know. I'm a contrarian, so I try to always think about, okay, what is the prevailing opinion? What do people expect? I want to look at the opposite of that. Everybody is on this side? Okay, I want to look at the opposite side of that, because we know, generally speaking, the masses aren't always, they're usually not right. So, looking at today's events, right before 2 p.m., I threw on a put on the NASDAQ. Index dropped, of course, rallied back up. What was that? A synthetic price failure for a short? Because they rallied the price up, I guess it would be considered a synthetic price failure to the upside. But then, of course, it came way back down. So there was I think, maybe a thinking that, all right, probably going to be 75 basis points. If that happens, that's the market expects that. It should not be a dramatic reaction. The numbers should not react dramatically, is what the thinking was, I think, for a lot of people. So, yeah, but something was telling me all day as the market went up and up and up throughout the day that, all right, we're probably going to get a flush down. Probably going to get a flush down. So anyway, the point being, I guess, the point being is that you never know. You never know what's going to happen. You never know how the market's going to react. Really, ever. I mean, I think you get a lot farther thinking in opposite thought or contrary thought. But the idea of numbers supposed to do something, I don't buy into that. There's just too many participants in the market, too many different approaches, investing theses, whatever you want to say, targets, to really say that something should do something. But let's see where he goes.
Make me happy. Because to me, those are patterns that are in control. And I like in control patterns. It's just the nature. It's the nature of the line of work that I come.
Well, not free as in no cost. Free as in Wall Street institutions are free to throw as much money around as they want. How about that? Right. Then came the pay for play sell-off. Well, you know them that they'll do whatever they have to do, right?
That wants me to have patterns that are in control. When I see out of control patterns, I think warning flags. It's just the way that I've so many years of doing what it is that I've done.
Out of control patterns.
So let's talk about this. I'm going to bookmark this moment. We'll talk about it real quick because I just kind of want to kind of give you guys some information about post Moass, right? And some of the things that I've kind of researched
post Moass.
I don't know if you guys have looked into what it is that you want to do with your money after the Moass, but one of the things that you have to be worried about is that the FDIC only covers up to a certain amount of money in your bank account before they won't cover or protect it any longer. And if the market gets extremely volatile and the economy crashes, I would not trust my money in anything that's FDIC insured.
What?
So there are companies like Charles Schwab now. I've since learned that Charles Schwab.
Oh dear God!
That is pretty sketchy.
Oh my God! He's an FDIC conspiracist. Fuck me.
On how they've been kind of manipulating some of the stuff that's been happening in the market lately. So they're kind of anti-ape a little bit. And so I kind of...
Oh my God. Well, because they're smart. Fake uptick, yeah, pre-Fed hike. Everyone knew a hike was coming, but still bought into the fake out. And, there's every day you still see people on financial media. You see people in Reddit and Twitter, YouTube talking about, they're not going to keep raising rates. They're going to cut rates and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, well, right. How did that work out? And again, I mentioned this the other night, I think, but it makes sense because so many of these companies, especially tech stocks, depend on this free money, cheap money. And that is not good generally, except for, certain sectors, certain socioeconomic interests, let's say. But it's not good to have these low interest rates It's not good to have this overinflated, bloated stock market full of bullshit companies that are trading at high multiples that don't match their earning or profit potential. It makes no sense. Get your money out of the banks. Yeah, this is good. He doesn't have to worry because there isn't a Moass, and this was last year, remember? So, Lynn says put it on Dogecoin. Maybe don't do that, but you could put it into Ripple, right? You gotta love the cryptocurrency that is, named after a favorite 70s alcoholic beverage. Okay.
Kind of feel weird about putting my money there, but I'll tell you what, they do have programs there and there that will insure up to $20 million per account. So if you didn't want to have to create a whole bunch of accounts to put your money into, that's an option. Charles Schwab. I don't have any.
So don't trust the banks, but trust a payment for order flow brokerage. I mean, I don't have anything against Schwab. I'm not saying that, but Schwab is payment for order flow. So they have free trading, they're payment for order flow, but you can trust them with your 20 million. Makes sense.
Any links to them whatsoever? I did call them and talk to them. I do not have an account yet. They keep trying to talk me into getting and opening an account. They said it's free. I can open an account and just have it there so that I can at least play around with a lot of the stuff before the different trading tools that they have before I get into their stock. I did tell them that I didn't tell them what I had a position in. I told them that I was going to,
that was probably smart.
Be walking away from my position in the future, in the near future, I was hoping, and that I would have probably somewhere I was guesstimating somewhere in the range of $20 million to invest into or to put
Jesus
into an
fucking
account.
Christ, what a delusional guy!
So they told me that they had just the thing for me, and
of course they do.
So it's I've had some contact with them, and they've been really nice. In fact, one of the guys offered to send me and the family to a box game, a baseball game here locally, just so he could get to meet me, which I'm sure is kind of like what they would do for people who are bringing in big amounts of money like that.
Little did he know he was
but I
offering
declined the offer because I kind of feel
to literally a nobody.
Like it's disingenuous to say that you have money that you're bringing in when you don't have it yet. So I told him I didn't want to quite do that yet, that I wasn't quite ready. So I put that off. Let's see.
Wonder if you ever got around to going to that game.
Oh, all right, cool. Awesome. I didn't realize that's the neighbor. Expense ratio.
What's that mean?
Yeah, I've been looking at a couple different places to put my money after this is all done. I think that's really important to start investigating those kind of things right now, because you don't want to get caught in a situation where you have a whole bunch of money and you don't know what to do with it all of a sudden. You don't like. Don't let yourself get caught blindsided.
What about having no money and wanting to do everything with it? What about that option? What about that reality?
By
Good God.
Large amounts of wealth and not have a plan already in place. Like, now is the time to start making those kind of plans. Where am I going to be putting my money? How am I going to? I thought it was really interesting when I talked to Charles Schwab's guys. They were talking about mitigating tax. I forget what the words were that they used exactly, but essentially what I say, trying to pay the least amount of taxes. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that, you need to start thinking about now, because they're things that you're potentially going to have to deal with down the road here. And you don't want to get caught with your pants down on that kind of thing. No, you don't pay me anything. What we're going to do is we're going to learn together.
Where's Dogecoin?
We're not going to pay. There's no need to pay. We're all going to be plenty of rich enough that we're just going to learn from each other. That's what this is all about.
Oh my!
So one of the things I thought would be really fun to do is post squeeze. A continuation of the channel afterwards is learning about what are apes doing.
What are they doing?
How are they protecting themselves? How are they impacting the community around them? There's a lot of things that a lot of people you could interview and talk to them about what's happening in the future, and that's something I would love to do. I'd love to go around and talk to people and find out like how they're helping their community and with their ape money, and
That's a nice thought.
just I don't know. There's a lot of potential. These are all just kind of brainstorming ideas that I've had about the future, but I really don't know where I'm going to go with this.
I agree with that. Okay, how about having no money and believing you're going to be a multimillionaire?
Yeah, I think it was last week that I was saying that I wanted to buy an option. Either I wanted to buy two options at 40 or one option. No, I'm sorry, two options at 80 or one option at 40, and it was seeming like it was a better deal to buy one at 80. That probably would have been the way to go.
Of course, it's a better deal.
If I would have done it. If we end up having a gamma squeeze that starts up this week, Friday could be like, we could see those kind of numbers.
Damn, you should have gone with the 80. Definitely should have. It's a better deal.
This is bullish.
This is bullish, of course. Of course it's bullish. Everything's bullish. So, wow. Party in Las Vegas was Lou Guy. It was a lot of people. Man, Jack Hunter was even on board with that. And then he backpedaled. Because, everybody was like, well, wait, you're planning to go to Las Vegas? The place where you go to just, waste money, throw it away, and have a good time, of course. But, I mean, we can't afford to go to Las Vegas. Stonks only go up. That's right. That is right. They only go up in your mind.
This is not financial advice.
Oh,
this is
shit.
not legal advice.
Whoa.
Entertainment, educational purpose only, and everything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff. So you get the videos, I put them out, see what I'm thinking, see how I'm analyzing the data. But what I tell y'all every day.
Nice. Nice. I tell you, that wouldn't fly. Places I hang out. No. Collared shirt, please. Is he wearing shorts?
It's meant to give us a false narrative of the market so that we can make bad trading decisions, okay? So we can make bad trading decisions. And the bottom line is this. If you've been following, like, Lou from Wall Street tweets, or not his tweets, rather, his videos, I totally disagree with his stance on XRP. I disagree with his stance on APE. I disagree with his stance on AMC. First of all, if XRP loses that Riddle lawsuit against the SEC...
That's pretty bold, Donnie. Pretty goddamn bold. So, well, first it was AMC... the Moass will... they'll have to pay you in JP Morgan's digital coin, digital currency. The JP Morgan, JPM coin. Remember that? But don't worry, you can transfer it to US dollars and you'll be rich still. And now I don't know what the deal is with XRP. I mean, I guess he's pumping and dumping that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think he wouldn't. I mean, that's wild.
It's going to change the value of XRP. Definitely. But based on what is considered a security, what is considered an asset, according to the blue laws from when the stock market was the first inception of the stock market, XRP is an asset. It is not a security based on my understanding of the law, because it doesn't, when a person buys XRP, they're buying XRP. XRP doesn't owe them any kind of contractual agreement after the fact. And that's really what makes an asset a security. So I believe that because the sellers of XRP do not owe anything, I mean, they do not owe anything at all to the people who buy XRP. XRP is not a security. It is an asset. And even though Lou thinks that the lawsuit is irrelevant, the lawsuit is not irrelevant. The lawsuit is going to change the way we look at crypto. It's going to change the way we look at securities, okay? I think the lawsuit is very, very, very huge. That is just my opinion on it. As far as Ape, Lewis saying that Ape, if they get it down to $2, then it's gonna go down to 0, and that Ape has no value, and blah, 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 blah. Listen, if they push Ape down to $2, I will be buying a whole lot more, okay? I buy a little bit of Ape every single day. And I'm going to tell you something. Ape, in my opinion, Ape is going to Moass. And you know why? There's no derivatives. They can hide the Fed to delivers in the ETFs, and the ETFs technically don't have to be reported, but they're in trouble. They are in trouble with Ape. Ape is revealing a lot of the malfeasance in the market. And so for Lewis to think or to say goes down to $2, it's going to be done, it's going to be over with, it's going to go to 0 is absolutely irrelevant. It's crazy. And I am 100% sure, based on everything I've read, based on everything I see in the market, Ape is going to Moass because they don't have no calls and puts, no derivatives in order to do their malfeasance in. And down to AMC, Lewis telling us that that if it goes to 70, we should sell, that we're not going to see 4 figures. And I don't know where he's getting this information from. I don't know. I'm not going to say that he's compromised. I don't know. I think he's a funny guy. I find him entertaining. But I do not agree with his assessment that we should sell at 70.
You guys...
You should sell at whatever price works for you. But me personally, I am not selling AMC at any 70. I could have sold at 70 last June if I was going to sell at 70. Okay? I believe it's going to Moass. I believe it's going to the moon. I believe that there are billions and billions and billions of counterfeit AMC shares out in the market. The Fed to delivers are being hidden in Brazil. They're being hidden probably in the Cayman Islands. They're probably being hidden all over the world as far as I'm concerned. But the bottom line is this.
Everywhere where Citadel has an office. You can better believe it.
If you are a shorter, you are a guaranteed future buyer, and that's the bottom line. Okay? That's the bottom line. So all these shorters...
So what? So what?
Who
does it mean the price is going to go up?
Who thinks that we should sell at 70? That's not going to happen. Well, it's not going to happen for me. I'm not telling you when to buy. I'm not telling you when to sell. You got to do what works for you, what works for your narrative, what works for your DD, what works for your interpretation of the market. But as far as I am concerned, AMC is going to the moon. $70 isn't even a start for what I believe my AMC shares are worth. Anyway, hit the like button, subscribe button. Tell me what you think. Tell me if
you Southern California elitists out there, yeah. There's plenty of public golf courses. There's plenty of public golf courses in Northeast Ohio, too, actually. What seems to be closing, what have closed over the years, over the last 15 years or so, that I've noticed are country clubs. So they've either become public courses or they just closed and became parks or, other empty tracts of land. So yeah, he's probably at a public course, municipal course, county course, something like that. But you Southern California elitists out there, talking about Rancho Burdoo. I don't know what that is. It sounds fancy though. You got to remember how the other half live out here in the real world, in your Southern California fantasy world. Okay, so we got Trey. We do have Trey. Thank God. We got Trey. This is his Netflix tantrum. Now I'm assuming I'm assuming that this is relative to the Netflix trailer for the Game Stonk movie. Is that correct? We'll have to find out. But I know that super stonkers are mad about that. So let's see if we can get it here. Every time I try to play Trey's goddamn live streams, it does this. Probably has that software that lets him terminate me watching his videos or something. Tony DeNaro has that software. It's never going to 70, and you can see they will hold to 0 no matter what. Yeah. Son of a beach. Huh. Try again. If we have to have it on potato cam resolution, so be it, I guess. We don't need to see him anyway. Actually, the lower the resolution, the better on something like this.
Have a catch at like 381.20, but beneath that is a speed line down to like 378. And that could get
Speed line?
raunchy.
Oh, well, Dragon's Dogma was just mentioning Trey's quote-unquote speed lines. Trey is a virus. He's something.
Get pretty raunchy. Yep. Did you stop out of your Netflix? Fuck! What? No, dude! Shit! Fuck! Fucking cock!
Oh, so it's not about the movie.
Fuck! God damn it, that sucks. Ah! Fucking, how did I do that? I didn't even fucking remember I had those. Oh my god!
Wow.
Fucking damn it!
Whoops.
Fuck, that makes me mad. Fuck, that was stupid, dude. Oh my god.
Trading. So that sound, I know some of you people remember that sound, that Windows sound from back in the day, Windows, but Thinkorswim uses that. So he traded that on Thinkorswim. We didn't get to see it. Son of a beach. Yeah. Whoops. So his chat participant remembered that he had calls on Netflix. Why would you have calls on fucking Netflix today? Oh my God. Oh my God. So overdramatic for a $1,000 account. Guy is supposed to have made $1 million, and he's freaking out over that little account. I think it's because he wants to, I don't know, show off, prove something. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much he lost or what. Why? Bigger question is why? Why would?
Fucking son of a bitch. Ah.
I mean, I wonder what happens when he loses real money. Video is from yesterday. Okay. I mean, none of these. What did he buy him last Friday or something? Or no, he bought him here probably. He probably bought him here. Probably bought him like right here. And then didn't close him here.
Now I'm fucking out of
I don't know.
Yeah. That makes me so fucking angry. I'm actually legitimately pissed off right now.
I mean, that's what I want to know.
Now I'm stopped out. Yeah, I was fucking too stupid with my thumb on my ass thinking about this Putin shit.
I mean, he got stopped out. So, I mean, it's not like, yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it.
No, that's not a little lose. That was a big fucking loss. That set me back like fucking 4 days of progress. That pisses me off.
Oh. So he was over trading. He sized up too much. He had too big of a drawdown.
Fuck.
That's a lesson there.
God damn it.
Wow. He really is pissed.
Give me like 2 minutes to walk. I'm pissed off. I gotta fucking not sit at my computer for a sec.
So where's he going? What's he doing? He went off camera. He's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Oh, I'm hearing something that sounds like sniffling. Yeah, I heard it. Could have been anything. Well, it was only $1,000. It was only a $1,000 account. So, unless he traded up past 2,000, he wasn't trading on margin, because you need $2,000 in order to get margin at most, I think, all brokerages. But I mean, it sounds like he probably had, he was trading options, so he was leveraged up. He went to go get the other line. This is when he turns on chat and blames the stream. Well, the funny thing is, it was somebody in his chat that said, hey, did you, wow. Oh, wow. Ha! Bad back. Holy shit. Holy shit. Bad back 007. Scott Allen wouldn't take this shit. Oh my gosh. Now, just to, clarify here, this stream was from yesterday. So Bad Back commented that yesterday, and we just so happen to be watching it now. That's pretty awesome.
I had to take a fucking breather. I'm sorry.
Pretty awesome, dude. Take a breather. He had to take a breather. I was like, right. I noticed orange, and I'm like, wait a minute. Did I see orange? Yeah, I did.
Now I'm stopped out of my Netflix
awesome.
calls. Yes. I took a big loss on them. It's not the end of the world. I'm alive. I'm fine. The account is fine. It's just a pretty big setback. We started at a K. Right now, the account's at 1656. It's a negative 18% day. So that's a really big fuck up.
Wait,
and I'm not even mad about the loss.
I missed that.
I'm mad. So we started at a K. Right now, the account's at 1656. It's a negative 18% day. So that's a really big fuck up. And I'm not even mad about the loss.
18%?
We started at a K. Right now, the account's at 1656. It's a negative 18% day. So that's a really big fuck up. And I'm not even mad about the loss. I'm mad because I can't believe I fucking forgot that I was in them. That was so fucking stupid. That's what pisses me off. I've taken losses before, man. You guys see how I handle losses. This is so stupid, though. This is fucking shit. I'm like fucking, I'm mad at myself for not paying attention to this, for getting distracted by something so stupid. Man, fuck this dumbass live stream, bro.
Fuck this dumbass live stream, bro? What?
I'm frustrated. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty fucking mad right now. So I know that I'm not going to trade today for the rest of the day because I'm pretty pissed off. But I will sit here and we'll do stuff. Sorry for letting you guys down. That was a terrible trade. Terrible trade. That undid fucking 5 days of work. That's really frustrating.
And that's about all we can
I
stand
was
of it.
almost at $2,000 and we just set ourselves back $400.
He lost $400. He had almost $2,000 and he lost $400 on that trade. Wow. I mean, that's not a very tight stop. First of all, that is a loose stop. I wonder. Okay, so yeah, 18%. Now, rub one out. Oh my God. Do a line. 1348 is the way. God. I mean, seriously. Yeah, he's mad about losing $400 on this trade. I mean, I think that probably a lot of these people here would be happy if that was their only loss, but that's like laughable. I mean, compared to the collective amount of money that they've lost. I mean, it's got to be insane amount. And he's not going to apologize for it. No, he can't even admit when he's wrong. He says, "No, I was right. I was still right. Technically, I was right. The idea was right. It didn't do what it was. It didn't do what it was supposed to do. The numbers didn't do what they were supposed to do." I mean, and I wonder how many people followed him buying these Netflix calls that he lost money on too. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how many people
posting this in Discord
bought
so
out of the money.
Can see.
I mean, I like this. Sorry, bro. Tomorrow will be a better day. Well, it had the potential to be a better day. And I mean, I didn't do too bad today. I mean, I'm not, no, I made money today. But somebody who had calls on Netflix this week, not sure if his day would have been better today, to be honest, based on that.
There you go. That's what I just did to my fucking account, in case you want to know.
There it is. I really want to try. If this doesn't work, then fuck this stupid live stream, whatever he said. Okay, yeah, that's whatever. Wow, that was good. That was great. I mean, that was horribly great. Mentioned later that he regrets making the I am all in AMC video. I would look at it. Okay, yeah, I'd like to see that. Time to get a full refund. This is the second video I've seen with this idea of a full refund. What the hell are you talking about for your movie tickets? Yeah, New York Angelo, 2 days ago, full refund. Market Watch with manipulated AMC data, Donnie, 1 hour ago. The Fed just made huge changes. Hidden rug pull. What is he talking about? And that CSI video, a message to Al from Boston. Composite Man is coming. Look, Rico and Trey are like best buds now. Composite Man is coming. Oh, the other big thing that everybody is pissed about, which is always something. They're pissed about everything. But where is it? And you guys probably saw this already, but well, so they came out with the fact that the SEC spent almost $500,000 on that Investomania PSA. I can't find it here somewhere. Well, anyway, so of course they think that that was, targeted directly towards AMC and GameStop, of course, but and maybe it was, but I mean, yeah, if people had actually taken that advice, I mean, what do we see? Everybody, was reacting to it. They said, hey, thank you, I'm going to buy more. Thank you, I'm going to buy more. Okay. So that is a, juvenile type of response. And as a result, they're down. Now they don't care. Why can't he show his AMC positions if he can show his whole 1K account? Good question. Because he doesn't have any. He doesn't have any AMC positions. Trigger warning. Trigger warning on this one. I just want to see, like, is there anything that is, where did this come from? Where did this come from? Full refund. You don't get a refund in the stock market. What are you talking about?
I think we got played, folks. I think all of the apes, right? The people who bought AMC stocks since the last 2 years, or maybe, within the last 2 years. Yeah, I think.
What about all the people who pumped AMC and promoted it and said that you were going to get rich if you bought it? What about those people? They also got scammed? It seems like there's a bit of a discrepancy here. Who is doing the scamming? Who actually did the scamming? My question.
We all get really big time played as fools. And I'm going to, get into the details just in a second here. But do
Can't
you
disagree
remember
with that. Well,
this 30 seconds video?
Right. Too late. 100% triggered.
That was published
even my
on,
computer is like, what are you doing?
April or May of this year by the SEC. Let me play this for you.
Oh, wow. Look, see, I didn't even know this was here, but it worked out because we can see that $500,000 PSA, which, I mean, really, they're worried about that. It's like, yeah, that's 500,000. That's one AMC share in their mind.
We'll see exactly.
Welcome back, Brad. It's your investment.
I'll take meme stocks. Invest.
Ouch. Your investment, Julie.
I'm going to do some research first.
Well played, Julie.
Well played. You can do research. Investing is not a game. Always do your research before making an investment decision. Learn more at investor.gov.
I mean, what's wrong with that? It's right. They're right. It's a good
Do you
spot.
remember this, 30 seconds video? Yeah, I do remember. This was, this is from the YouTube page from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. This is the SEC. All right. Now, apparently, I'm getting this from Reddit that this video cost $400.
It wouldn't last forever. $450,000.
Getting this from Reddit that this video cost $450,000 to produce. $450,000.
I mean, the government contracts are always bloated, and they always go with the most expensive union, So it doesn't really. I don't see the outrage. But whatever.
To produce, so almost $500K.
I mean, I sell $18,000 floor machines to the hospitals around here, and 10, 12 of those. That's a nice chunk of change to most people, but so it's just a difference of people are thinking about this as individuals and institutions. It's not the same.
So
Especially
you mean to tell
government
me you spent $500K on a 30 seconds video to prevent people from buying a handful of stocks because people who are buying on these stocks are not doing research or something? I mean, we're talking about the authority that is supposed to protect retail investors. And
well, they can't protect you from yourself. That's the point of the fucking spot, right? Is you need to be as prepared and have as much information going in as possible because, and they didn't have to say that. That's common sense. It's part of being a responsible adult. I mean, so.
And by protect retail investors, I'm not even talking about, the just the people buying or holding or trading the meme stocks, because retail is not only us in AMC and GameStop. Retail is people in 401ks, pension funds, people with, the policemen,
Yeah, and I guarantee they're not buying these shit stocks. So what about this refund? I don't see any other references in here, but let's just skip ahead. I want to know why and how they think they're getting a refund. Full refund. Yeah, he needs to watch the video again and not like go into it with a shitty attitude. Okay, well, apparently not. So that's okay. That's okay. Really want to know why got these problems tonight. Anyway, always have the problems. Try taking my stream rate down again. But let's see. Take that down a little bit. All right. Let's see what we got here. So here's the what is this? This is the other part of Trey, I guess. Trey looks like he is tired of looking at the chart. I'm guessing that's an AMC chart, so we'll see what we got here. And did he end his stream early? Because it's only 5 hours long. Market's open.
What do you think about AMC? Can I give you guys just a rundown? I'm going to give you my unfiltered opinion on what's happening today and what happens on a day-to-day basis. You ready?
Please do. AMC sucks.
On a day-to-day basis, since I would argue probably here, June of 2021, the stock has been just traded by algorithms. All right. I think the majority of retail investors have held the stock. I think there are some who have left. I think the majority have held. I think we've shed quite a few, to be honest, here. I think there are some retail investors who have left, but majority have held. All of this, man, is algorithm ping pong. It's just ping pong. This is it. And I think sometimes we think and stress way too much about the day-to-day price action on this. And I myself have contributed to that. And it's not good. It's a bad thing. So myself, what I'm doing is I am not going to make an AMC update video. And I'm not going to just talk about it on a live stream unless there's something to say. Meaning, if we break out of a pattern and we enter a new one, I will talk about it. If we are in a pattern, and I've already talked about it, there's nothing else to say. When things start happening, we talk about it. I think sometimes people will create a narrative or a bias for manipulation, fraud, corruption every second of the day that something happens with AMC. And while I do think there is corruption, crime, manipulation that happens, I certainly am on that camp, right? You're not gonna, I mean, obviously, it's fucking Wall Street. We know crime happens, and we know what happens with this stock, with GameStop, with Bed Bath & Beyond, with all these small mid-cap companies, right? We know this.
There you go, bad back. You called it.
It's not happening every minute of the day. The truth is this. There is not something to talk about every minute of the day with AMC. There's just not. And I can't sit here and pretend like I can stream for 7 hours just talking about AMC. It's not possible. I can't. I will go nuts. I will go nuts because we're going to sit here and we're going to look at 1 minute, 1 penny swings up and down while we're waiting for something to happen. I think that there is shorting going on across the market because FOMC tomorrow. I think that's very, very likely. But AMC, man, we just got to be patient. That's it. I'm not going to give you hopium. I'm not going to sit here and say that today is manipulation. It's this, it's that. You know, I think that Amy just trades based on algos. I think it gets ping ponged back and forth based on multiple variables, including implied volatility, including high frequency trading, including short exempt volume, including FTDs, including this, including that, right? I think that's what it is. And that's just my take, man. That's my take. You probably don't like it. That's fine. If you want me to keep making these daily updates and keep saying the same things over and over, I'm sorry. I've reached my breaking point, man.
This is why he said he was taking a break. He was stepping back. That was his words. Stepping back. But he didn't actually step back because right after he said that, AMC started pumping and it went higher. So, of course, he had to capitalize on that and jump back in, make some money. But now that it's back down in the shitter, maybe it's a good time for him to actually make good on his promise to step back. I mean, seriously, why would you do this? You're not helping anybody, including yourself. You're helping my channel, but if you want to help my channel, there's a year and a half of content we could look at. We don't really need new live streams to look at. So yeah, he should do that.
I've reached my breaking point in terms of just banging my head against the wall, saying the same thing over and over and over and over. I can't do it. I just can't. I can't do that, man. That's not fair to you guys. And I feel that is a waste of my talent.
He used to be very clean shaven, very clean cut. And then last year happened.
I'm not so
not judging anybody. Just, you know, it's just look at this. Oh my God. You guys are everywhere. Oh, fuck me. That's awesome.
Statistical that I think I'm a god. I don't think that. But I do think that me sitting here for 7 hours a day and going, and AMC is going from $9 and fucking $8.77. That's a waste of my time and your time. And it's just not good for anybody's emotions, anybody's mental state. And it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. I am trying to stop sensationalizing this stock.
Wow.
I think too many people talk about it on a day-to-day basis as if something happens every minute of the day. I just don't think that's the case. I just don't. I think day-to-day, week-to-week, certainly things to talk about. Certainly is, right? That's it. So I'll give my thoughts when I have them, but until things change, you know, this is where we are. We're in a bull flag. We need to break this channel.
We're in a bull flag.
We go up.
Right.
Unless we invalidate it, in which case we go down. We'll talk about it, you know? That's my take. Hopefully you guys are chill with that. That's
when is the last time a fucking bull flag has worked out on this stock, by the way? Especially one that Trey supposedly identifies. I mean, it's hilarious. He'll just move the line over.
That's where I stand.
And it still fails.
I'm still bullish. I'm holding my Amy calls. I think the implied volatility is basically at its low. And I think from here it's going to go up. I'm bullish on AMC. I think it'll take 7 to 10 days max.
7 to 10 business days.
7 to 10 trading days before it comes back up and breaks.
So 1070.
Nah, I ate a little bit. I had a bagel this morning. I had a bagel. Can I link my Discord? Yeah, but it's not the one that you probably are used to. I don't have Trey's trades anymore. That's not mine.
Okay. That's not his.
And I know what you guys are probably thinking. You're thinking, why'd you get rid of Trey's trades? Another serious conversation. I didn't want it anymore. You can think that's good. You can think that's bad.
Okay, I'm going to stop there because I hear music in the background. It sounded like...
But I couldn't give it the attention that I thought it deserved.
So, Pearl Jam. Yep. Jeremy by Pearl Jam. YouTube, I stopped it once I realized that there was copyrighted music playing and it was less than 10 seconds. So don't slam me on that. Look, food stamp amped replied to Manuel. If you have overinvested, it's going to be painful while it's red. If you believe AMC will be worth more in the future, just hold and be patient, provided you don't need the money before then. Wow. What a super useful comment from Food Stamp Amped. Wow. He'll be talking about AMC again once he starts losing subs. He's a one-trick pony. What time frame is Trey using for his bull flag? Let's see. 1 hour. It's a 1 hour chart. Appears to be. So he is giving himself time, 7 to 8 days, to come up with something new about AMC. Did he sell his original Discord? I don't know, but he probably did. What? I didn't, is there really a secondary market for Discords? That's wild. That is wild. I didn't know that. I guess there's a secondary market for everything. Like a good troll, Manny. You can't read the replies. You can't do it. No reason to do it. Ken Griffin leaked email to Adam Aron. Did this come from Reddit? How leaked?
So what happened with Disney and AMC? The two entertainment giants did actually announce a new partnership last week. As the biggest movie theater operator in the world, AMC has the most to gain or lose in the changed scenery of film.
Yeah, I'm not going to listen to this guy hack his way through a fucking article. Fuck.
Theaters. They're open to any viewer for $5.
Where's this leaked email? And I swear to God, if there's nothing in here about it.
Shutdown in the pandemic was bad enough, but recovery efforts have been stymied by the
Stymied.
levels. With Paramount's Top Gun Maverick pulling in nearly $1.5 billion in tickets.
Wow. Top Gun. Oh my gosh, everybody's so excited. Still so excited. The apes are still going to see Top Gun. They are still going to see Top Gun. Can you believe that?
Way to get more films into theaters in the short term. So I do want to know what you guys think about this partnership and how far
Maybe he'll get back to me on that. So, Manual, the sign of a pro. Creeper. Yeah. It's always the same shit with that clown. Okay, so, okay, now I'm Spence Froggy Stonks is another one that belongs in jail. With the amount of misinformation and straight up nonsense that they have posted. They pump out on a daily basis. Or at the very least, should have to give back the money that they made putting out this misinformation. Like, you don't get to lie and make stuff up and claim that it's true and make money off of it. I'm talking about on YouTube here because they're not making money on AMC. And if you think about it, that's obviously why. But you don't get to do that, make a bunch of money putting out this content, and then just walk away and get to keep it. In my eyes, that is should not be the case. Should not be the case. But we know numbers don't always do what they're supposed to do. Their revenue should be going down, but it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's going up.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I want to talk about how these market makers are trying to hide their significant AMC manipulation with more crime, trying to get APE delisted as fast as humanly possible. So stay tuned and let's make.
Why would market makers do that, first of all? So these clowns don't even understand how the structure of the market works, who does what and why. They have no clue, and they don't want to know. They just want to say they are shorting the stock.
Make some money. And I want to dive straight in with the key information. So I want to start by saying that I don't necessarily like nor dislike Spence, nor do I agree nor disagree with what he's been saying recently. He seems to flip-flop between liking and disliking AMC more than Meet Kevin flip-flops between selling all of his stocks and buying them all back. But I do think that Spence absolutely has a point with his last few recent tweets. Now, Spence tweeted saying, I do believe from what I'm reading that NYSE stocks listed as spin-offs or preferred shares have a 90-day minimum closing requirement of $4 per share. And he said, if I'm wrong, please do let me know. But it's obvious what's happening with Europe not being able to buy APE shares and the 43 million FTDs.
Oh, God.
Now, when I first saw this tweet, I was thinking, what in the trust me bro information is this? So I asked for a link and did some extra digging to see if I could find some legs to this information to see if it's actually true. Obviously, if spin-offs or preferred stocks have a $4 minimum share price requirement, then these hedge funds and market makers may be trying to push APE below $4 per share to get it delisted from the stock exchange.
Yeah,
if they can push APE below $4 per share, it's
figured it out,
from the New York Stock Exchange. All of these FTDs magically disappear. It's listed on the OTC counter, which many retail investors don't have access to, as many trading platforms don't support.
What are you
OTC
talking about,
trading.
bro? Everybody uses fucking Webull. Everybody uses Webull and then complains about payment for order flow. Don't you know? They got
pushing
OTC.
APE below $4 per share is basically the equivalent to pushing AMC below $1 per share and holding it there. Now, as Investopedia says, for example, on the New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah, but that's. Yeah, he's looking, trying to figure it out, taking it all serious and stuff. God.
APE as a case study for the Department of Justice and for the SEC.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, that must be it. Adam Aron set up APE as a case study for the DOJ.
Are trying to get APE delisted as fast as they humanly can. But as Spence tweeted, he said, my only thoughts are that Adam Aron set up APE as a case study for the Department of Justice and for the SEC to investigate from day one, providing intentional FTDs and naked short selling. I've also just realized that Mumu is one of...
Yeah, no evidence of any of that. None. So this is pretty much as bad as
this was a plan from Adam Aron the whole time to set up APE, knowing that it would be manipulated, knowing they would try and get it delisted, so we can take all of this information to the Department of Justice and to the SEC and say, guys, look, I have clear evidence of manipulation and clear evidence of intentional, consecutive, and large FTDs. He'd say, I'm not just talking about one day of 1 million FTDs or one day of 2 million or even 5 million FTDs. I'm talking about days after days after days, weeks after weeks after weeks.
Weeks haven't been reported yet. There have not been that many reports on APE.
42 million, 28 million, and at the very minimum, 5 million FTDs.
He doesn't understand. I mean, I thought we heard him say once that you don't add the numbers together. But here he's playing like, you know, oh, there's 5 million new ones today. Like, what an idiot. This is so dumb. So dumb.
I think this may be part of Adam Aron's plan.
But, and not to mention, I mean, you know, the apes think that FTDs rob their buying power, that they take away the positive effect on the stock price from their buys. And I'd say, well, first of all, FTD is something that happens in the clearing and settling process, right? It happens later, after the sale has been effected. So that whatever buying pressure was exerted on the stock, that has already happened. That's already happened. That's why they have to be covered. That's why they have to buy it, because it's already been accounted for in the stock price. Those shares have already been sold. The shares that were offered for whatever price to buy have already been sold. And that, you know, if that cleared off a line in the order book and moved the price up to the next entry at a higher price, then the whole, you know, it doesn't make any sense. Like, that's when that happens. Not if 3 days later, if there's an FTD. 3 days later, if there's an FTD, is irrelevant to what has happened during the trading session where those shares were purchased. So it doesn't even matter, is what I'm saying. It doesn't do what they think it does, just like most of the stuff that they believe and don't believe. But I was thinking about this earlier, that, you know, the whole conception of FTD is false. It's a failure to deliver the shares. But the sale has already happened. The sale has already happened. It doesn't affect anything. Nothing. So, Badback says, FTDs happen after the trade is closed. You are 100% correct. The trade has already been reported to the exchange. The FTD happens at clearing. Absolutely no price suppression at all. They are clueless. And that's exactly the same thing I'm saying. It is the biggest nothing burger of all nothing burgers. And it is so frustrating because they just get into the, you know, it's like they're in a trance with this shit. Yet they refuse to learn anything about it, listen to any other opinions, and continue believing the same shit, misguided shit that they've been believing for a year, 2 years, whatever, however long. Because idiots like this go around making these outrageous claims. Yes, the market maker wants to do this, you know, engage in clear illegal fraud, whatever, to keep, you know, a movie theater stock down. Makes no sense. Why? Well, because they're shorting it. No, the market maker is not shorting the fucking stock. If they do, it's because of options. But, I mean, that's just to offset what they've sold or the positions that they've had to, you know, allow, you know, retail traders to get into. So that doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. Citadel does not have short positions. Citadel Securities, and I have a feeling that if someday we'll find out that the Citadel hedge fund also, they might have had it at one time, but there's no evidence that Citadel, the Ken Griffin, is involved at all. Yet he's somehow the devil. Obviously, he's my boss. I can't say anything bad about him because he pays me to come on here and, you know, talk about all this stuff. I'm kidding. But, you know, it's like it doesn't matter who it is, really. It's just like, it's so disingenuous that, you know, it's like, I don't care. Ken Griffin, whatever. It's not about Ken Griffin. It's about, this is a dumb narrative. This narrative depends on these people being uninformed. And these influencers have done more to keep these people uninformed. I can't think of anything that is parallel to this except for, scared to even mention it, religion over the years. But it's in a totally different class. It's not really, it's apples to oranges. I can't think of anything in modern, like in my lifetime, in the last 40 years, that was as, I don't know, big a scam. I mean, maybe there were, and I just don't know about it. But as far as what I've seen and the scope of this and the amount of discrete things that have to be misunderstood or not understood or misinterpreted or just, disregarded in order to come to this conclusion is really staggering to me. Like, you have to suspend so much, not even disbelief, like curiosity. I mean, how are you not curious about this? How are you not curious when somebody tells you that, oh, this is crime happening every day and that they're stealing? Like, why wouldn't that prompt you to do something other than just take that, trust me, bro, whatever from these idiots? I mean, it really is crazy. And then add on top of that, when find out, discover, realize what their motivations are. It's not about the stock. It's about them making money on YouTube, selling their bullshit trading platforms, trading discords, their bullshit indicators, their stupid referral codes for all these bullshit brokerages, the ones that use payment for order flow while they also tell you that payment for order flow is bad. Okay? Like that is typical ape hypocrisy. Super chats, ad revenue, yada, yada, yada. Hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars collectively, these guys have pocketed. And hey, that's fine. That would be fine if they were honest, making an honest effort, providing some service to anybody except themselves. But they're not. They made that money by lying, by not doing their due diligence, by misrepresenting reality. That's lying. That is fraud. And it's illegal. You can't do that. You cannot do that. At the very least, I believe there is some type of tortious claim that could be made here. I don't have the time or money, and I'm not even affected. I'm not a party to it. But it seems to me that there have been successful lawsuits based on a lot less. So at the very least, it could bring some awareness to this, but it's ridiculous. It absolutely fucking drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. And it's not because I care about the apes. Let me clarify that, because I got a comment the other day. Well, okay, Moass isn't happening. Well, just let people lose their money, bro. Find some new content, bimbo. Like, yeah, dude literally called me a bimbo. Okay. I don't care. We don't care what people buy or sell. I literally don't care. Go buy AMC. Go sell AMC. It doesn't fucking matter. I don't care about AMC. It's not about AMC. It is about these influencers misrepresenting, lying, doing fraud on a daily basis. And if people can't understand that, if people don't have a problem with that, then you are in the wrong place. Go back to Thomas James, go back to Trey, go back to Lou, go back to Al, go wherever. But where I come from, that shit is wrong, and it is not conducive to the kind of environment that is beneficial to retail investors, even though they're claiming that they want to make the market more fair. Yeah? You want to make the market more fair? Get rid of these fucking influencers. Make them give their fucking money back. Make them give. That's what I want to happen. They're not going to, nobody's going to jail. There will be no consequences to speak of. But I think it is more than fair and reasonable. I think it is absolutely reasonable. Just like Major Rawls in The Wire, right? Reasonable. He's reasonable, sir. He's reasonable guy. Where don't you want to go? For these ill-gotten gains, and that's what they are. They're ill-gotten gains. To be forfeited. To be forfeited. All praise be to Ken Griffin. Bless this stream. Amen. It's either about them making money off their communities or about their egos and being accepted and admired by a bunch of idiots. So, I know who you're referring to on that last part. Must be, because KC Shaw's live stream is not monetized, supposedly. So, yeah. Manny says volume is low. Even AMC videos are lower. Trey and Lou got millions of views per video during the Moass. Average was 30K per video a while ago. Now they get a few thousand views. AMC interest is low. It is. It sure seems to be. Now, I was looking for orders by Fidelity customers, and the first thing that came up is some filing on the SEC rules, and it's from 2022. So normally when I search for that, the actual orders by Fidelity customers comes up. And of course, this can't be reached. What? Okay, there we go. So, okay, this is as of April 1st. What the fuck? Okay, that's Exhibit 1. The hell? So somebody has filed something. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Just trying to find the file. Oh, wow, that worked. Okay. 304. This request for rulemaking in the form of petition to the SEC, and this is from, when is this from? No date on here, really? Wow, okay, this is definitely from an ape. In the form of petition to SEC is to ask the SEC to invoke Rule 304A4 to remove GME and AMC across ATS dark pools for at least 14 days. If this rule does not allow for individual equities to be removed from ATS dark pools, then there is a flaw in this rule and it needs to be revised. If that is the case, we are petitioning for an amendment to this rule to allow for individual equities to be removed from all ATS. We retail investors are petitioning to invoke this rule for the stock tickers because we believe that retail investors own a high percentage of the free float, and yet, through ATS dark pools, the stock price is able to be suppressed by market makers, hedge funds, prime brokers, and banks. During the 3/11/22 AMC Q4 earnings meeting, it was stated that retail investors own 90% of the legal free float of the stock. Well, they didn't have the they don't have a footnote there that says excluding index funds. During the 3/17, GME Q4 earnings meeting, we learned that retail investors own about 25% of the legal free float through just one brokerage, Computershare. Well, Computershare isn't a brokerage, but whatever. These numbers are indisputable. Oh, really? However, since the announcement of these numbers, 40 to 60% of the trades for these stocks have been traded in dark pools. This allows market makers to suppress the price, even though there are more buy orders than sell orders for these stocks. To put it bluntly, we retail investors believe we are being cheated because the majority of the trades take place off lit exchanges and out of our hands. Then why did you put them on a fucking brokerage that uses The numbers indicate that we are being robbed daily. If we are wrong, then removing GME and AMC will have limited to no effect on the price, and therefore market makers, hedge funds, and banks shouldn't have any objections. Look at that weird-ass straw man argument. Well, if we're wrong, then they shouldn't care because it's not going to change anything. Like, what the fuck? What a bunch of children. Incredibly high dark pool trades. Yeah, because you all buy it on shit fucking brokerages. Stock split dividend. Oh, wow. We are just asking for 2 stocks with high retail interest to be withdrawn from all ATS dark pools. I mean, imagine the fucking hubris that you have. Like, you are trying to force a short squeeze, okay, which is illegal, first of all. So you are trying to do something that is illegal. And you're writing into the SEC to get them to do something that you think would help bring about that illegal thing that you're trying to do come about more easily. I mean, the irony is, no, it wouldn't, and it makes no difference. Makes no difference, number one. Number two, I can't think of a good analogy off the top of my head, but that is some ballsy fucking shit. That is, that is, it's ridiculous. SEC, we want you to do this. Invoke this rule. It doesn't say anything about a short squeeze in here. I mean, I didn't necessarily read every word, but short isn't even in the document. Yeah, so it is searching. No short, no squeeze, not mentioned in this document. So, the disingenuous ass apes. Because it's being manipulated. Ah, right. No, you want your stupid short squeeze, which will never happen. The myth that retail isn't and hasn't been selling is laughable. Agreed. There are tons of retail investors who say they have sold, but the cult says they're shills. Yes, bingo. Bingo. And you see that every day over on Reddit, Twitter, comments on YouTube. You do. But, we can say that with confidence here because nearly every one of us here has sold AMC shares at some point. I mean, I get comments. People come in the chat. People come in the Telegram chat, which, by the way, everybody should join. It's down here in the bottom of the screen, right down there in the bottom left. I'm trying to make it bigger, but fucking OBS. But yeah, I mean, we hear all the time. I just got out. I'm going to get out. Citadel founder moves headquarters from Chicago to Miami over crime. Wow, isn't that ironic? This person thinks. Oh, good old 1996. or thereabouts. Thoughts? Why the change of phrase? Buy ape, buy to open ape. Early ape was normal. Today's ape was more like language to open an option. Oh, wow. Look at that. Every goddamn thing. Everything is a conspiracy with these people. Everything is a conspiracy, people. Peter Hahn. If today's price action doesn't Jackie Tatas, I don't know what would. Really. Today's price action was super bullish. I'm aware. Maybe they're talking about this. Oh wow. They thought it was Moass? I mean, I bet some people did, right? You know that people did. It was supposed to be easy, just buy and hold. Now it is buy, hold, DRS, lawsuit, and protest. Yep. And at the end of the day, you know what people are going to do? Just Netflix and chill. Tony DeNaro loves you. Well, the feeling is not mutual. You are the Darth Vader. See, everything has to be a movie with the goddamn apes and the goddamn ape influencers. Because he can't address actual facts, the stuff that we talk about. So he has to compare me to a character in a movie. That is literally how ridiculous these influencers are. And they all avoid reality in a different way. They all sidestep. They're masters of sidestepping. So the way that Tony DeNaro does it, because he is a very clever fellow. Yes, clever guy from Texas there. Yes, with a really hot wife. I'm just kidding. Is by saying stuff like that. Oh, one of the biggest bear channels of AMC bear channels. And he's a Darth Vader. Yeah, because you can't actually respond to the things that we talk about. You have to bring a movie into it, not just a movie, you know, one of these iconic films that everybody knows, and say that you know, I'm the evil character, the antagonist. Like, that's fucking retarded, dude. Like, that's fucking stupid. And the fact that you think it's funny and that it continues, apparently, I don't fucking care. I mean, it's your fucking stupidity and your money, not mine. Your dignity. Stooping to that fucking bullshit. But, you know, that fact is just like, yeah, right. You know, of course. Of course. Of course. The AMC LARP. Yes. So, yeah, and I'm done with this guy. Done with that. Probably about done in general today, to be honest. Unless anybody's got anything else. Let's see, what is this here? Oh yeah, oh no, there was. Let's see. We'll watch a little bit of this Morant's rants. So, trigger warning on this one too, and trigger warning that I might be triggered. Although I doubt it, but it's passive aggressive. His position can't hold up to any type of scrutiny or debate. No, and we're talking about a guy who's, bro. I don't mind. You're talking about a guy who, Manny, talking about a guy who said, you know, somebody asked him about, you know, this or that catalyst, And I heard him say, well, I'm not going to look into it. I'm not interested in proving or disproving anyone else's theories. Okay. Now, I understand we're talking about AMC, so obviously everything pretty much is bullshit. And you don't really need to look into it, but I mean, you should look into it, and that's what we do. We evaluate it no matter what, pretty much no matter what, how ridiculous it is, or how obvious, or how we know already that it's nonsense because we understand the underlying concepts or the market or whatever. But in terms of like making videos and talking about it on a platform, you kind of need to go through it. Like if you want to, say, hey, okay, this actually is a misconception, or, well, there might be some validity to that. I'm not going to look into it, but here's where you could get started looking into it. But no, it's just, oh, I'm not interested in that. And wash your hands of it and be done. And, that's, to me, that's not the way that you do research. That's not the way that you actually evaluate facts. I mean, just because somebody else came up with it, and that's actually how science works. Somebody else came up with it. They wrote something about it. Somebody else comes along and says, all right, well, let's see. Yeah? You did that? All right, well, let's see what we get when we try it. That's how knowledge is actually created and refined. And that's actually what moves our society forward. It is. It's a method. It's a methodical process that gets to the truth. No matter what field you're in. I don't care, if you're in finance or biology, medicine, history, whatever it is. That process, that scientific method is pretty much the greatest thing that humans have come up with. That is a thing that has allowed us to rise up, and do what we do. So to me, it only makes sense. Yeah, I hate the fact that these guys come out with every bullshit catalyst, but it's not that hard if you understand the underlying, or if you're willing to look it up and just say, hey, let's just clear up the misunderstandings. Let's clear up the FUD. Here's the way it is. Here's my sources. Here's the proof. And I'm, and now we've addressed it. Touch it once and be done with it. But no, that's just one example. One example. I mean, if we did that, there wouldn't be anything to talk about. That's the whole point, is to disprove the bullshit. So that's just one thing. Okay. And the ultimate is the two-faced nature of some of these people. I'm not even going to talk about specific people. But, people come in to the chat, they want to be buddy-buddy, and then they go back on their channel and they badmouth you. Yeah, homie, don't play that. I mean, that's some bullshit. And that happened. So, right around when the time I started getting called Darth Vader, which, again, I don't care. It doesn't hurt my feelings. It's just, it speaks to the lack. It speaks to the lack. It speaks to the lack of actual evidence-based thinking and content is what it speaks to. And people have pivoted or attempted to pivot to being, gatekeepers, if you will, of the narrative, and assuming the role of fact checker. If you're going to be a fact checker, you have to check the actual facts and not just say, "Oh, this guy came up with that. I'm not even going to look into it. I'm not interested in proving anyone else's theories." Yeah? Well, then you are not taking a scientific approach, my friend. You are not.
Supporting you and your whole sales videos. One, You went from having no beard to now you're a Nick Beard kind of guy, and that makes you tough and rough. But secondly, you don't need 5 steps to sales, man. I'm telling you right now, you don't need 5 steps to sales. The reason why people buy things from people is because they like them. That's it. And if you don't have likability, you're fucked. And yeah, oh, that guy's so funny. Oh, that guy's charming. He's cute. Oh, that's because they like him. That's it. If I like you, I will buy from you. Period. I didn't need to make a whole goddamn video and a book. Oh, guys, it's called Dashboard Sales Kit. Go watch it if you ever want to laugh. Listen, guys, this is what the 5 steps are. There are 5 steps. This guy couldn't sell me a fucking glass of water in the Sierra. I'd look at him and piss all over him. I mean, let me drink that up. Drink my own piss before I drink the water you have to sell. That's how bad of a salesman you are. But I'll leave it alone. You're saying that there's no face to GameStop, that, oh, we're all, what did you call us? Gamers and kids? GameStop's just full of gamers and kids. These guys don't know any better. They're trolls on Twitter. Do I look like a fucking kid to you? Oh, I'll troll your ass all day, but do I look like a kid to you?
Sounds like one, kind of.
I'll give you a job the next time you need one. How about that? But before you come spit shines and shoes and go get your shine box and do all that nonsense, do me a favor, the Marine. Stop identifying yourself as the Marine. There's millions of foot soldiers out here, millions of people who have volunteered their time on active duty, whether it be any of the 5, right? You kidding? I can do Coast Guard. Does that make me any better? You're a Marine. Let me get a Navy, what? Army, Air Force? I don't care. It doesn't make you a special person outside of that. You understand? A veteran will walk up to you and slap the shit out of you. And why? Because you're speaking like you can talk for everyone? You can speak for everyone? Speak for yourself. And then you're going to find out that no one's behind you. You're going to be standing there all alone and going, oh, that's right. Because Adam Aron's not helping you out. Your investment's not helping you out. And has your wife told you yet? You're out of the house because you lost your money? Yeah, I can do personal attacks too. Your personal attacks fall flat on the floor. Popcorn stock is what got you here. It's everything you tweet about. And then you say, well, I'm for both. How can GameStop idiots be the...
Morantz is ranting against the Marine. And, yeah, this is... This is something.
Be so dumb. Elitists think they're the only...
I mean...
ones. What do you think? You think we're the only ones? You don't think Apple's the most shorted stock in the world? Why is Apple not at the gates? Apple's the most shorted stock in the world, took the title from Tesla. Why are there not groves of people?
I don't believe that that's true. The most shorted stock in the world? I mean, what does the most shorted mean? Like, right now? I don't know. Ever, like in history, like cumulatively, maybe.
Fighting the system, saying this is bullshit, because they don't care. They don't care. All they care about is their company making money, and is it going to be more profitable tomorrow? That's it. Show me your investment and what company you're investing in. You better have an Apple fucking Twitter right now.
He is definitely 100% wrong on that claim. 100% wrong on that claim. I'm seeing 113 million shares short interest. And guess how many shares outstanding they have? Actually, you know what? We could just do it on FinViz. Yeah. 0.7%. 0.7%. Is that what it works out to be? 113 million shares out of 16 billion. Let's see. 130 million out of 16 billion. Wow. Enough zeros in there, yep. Yeah, 0.07. Yep, that's it. Okay. So, how in the world? Why? I don't know why people say stuff like this.
See an Apple tweet come out of you. Oh my God, they're shorting Apple. 18 million shorts and blah, blah, everything, bro. I better see it all. You want market reform, right? That's what your stance? Oh, you don't have somebody to argue with? Here, I'm here. Prove to me that you're so intelligent. Cheap leather jacket salesman from, bro, your haircut looks like the goddamn 98 degrees. And if you don't know that boy band group, you should. You look like you know them. But those videos are only 6 years old. That's what you look like in 2016? Fuck you falling off. It's all right. I can't let you do it. Can't let you get away with it. And I could have made a video and a tweet and just make you look stupid, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to help you with something. The two strongest emotions in this world are love and fear. Those are two emotions that drive people to do everything. And I doubt you love your stock, but I'm sure you're fearful for it. See, on my end, on GameStop's end, I love my stock. I love what I have.
That makes you a fucking idiot. Like, this guy embodies the fucking overconfidence and ignorance that I just can't fucking stand. I cannot stand it. It is so fucking cringe. It's so ridiculous. Over the top. Completely over the top. And maybe he's playing a character. Maybe he's playing a character, actually, but holy fuck. That is some bullshit.
I am not fearful. I'm fearless.
Oh, such a strong
man. Think about
man.
that for a second. The next time you make a decision in life that you want to run with, do you fear the outcome or do you love the outcome?
I mean,
you're a joke. Jody has no friends.
This guy is a joke. Holy fuck. Now, I'm just curious here. I am just curious. So, and I mean, this is the same shit. It's the exact same shit all over and over. There's your cycle theory. Here's your fucking cycle theory. Sell-offs, always. But, and even these little mini ones. It's going to Moass. Oh, nope. Oh, it's going to Moass. Nope. And it's like nobody learns from that and expects it to be different. I don't get it. But anyway, they got a bunch of people telling them it's going to be different. But what I wanted to do was do the old comparison. And let's see. So, yeah, I mean, these stock, and we're not talking about crime. We're not talking about crime here. We're talking about two stocks that are in the same category. Let's put it in white. There we go. Now we can see it. So to say that AMC investors, holders, are fearful, but the GameStop investor is fearless, I don't really see the justification for that, because I'm looking at two stocks that are basically the same. And spoiler alert, they're not looking good. They look pretty much like shit. And they look like very similar shit. So, I mean, that's pretty amazing. In the sense that, somebody could say that type of stuff. Anyway, he does go hard on AMC. That's true. But I can't decouple that from the fact that, I mean, it'd be one thing to just, talk about the AMC apes, how misinformed they are, all that kind of stuff. Of course, we focus on the influencers, so we're interested in that. But there has to be this, oh yeah, you guys are stupid, but I'm smart because I'm in GameStop. And that, to me, I can't square those two things. Like, no, bro, you are the same. You are exactly the same as AMC. 100%. You are in the same fucking boat. They're both meme stocks. They're both dying companies on their last legs that were heavily shorted and propped up by retail and all this whole narrative. There's no difference in that sense, they're both hemorrhaging cash. Neither of them is profitable. There's no difference. And I'm sorry, apes aren't retail. I didn't mean to insult retail. Maybe a character to divide retail traders. I don't know. I mean, it could be, but I mean, I don't think so much for that reason. Just for his own amusement, you know, like Ape Father or somebody like that, like Ape Father or that Cosmic Lightning Warrior guy. Like, that's a persona that they put on, you know, their channel. So I meant it more that way, I guess. But let's see. Let's see. Let's go a little bit more.
I'm gonna tell you guys something.
Uh-oh.
I don't wake up every day choosing violence. I don't. It chooses me sometimes. It really does. But the reason why people watch the show and people come in and get info for all the same reasons, and it's not like, oh, GameStop, it's gonna short squeeze. This is what's happening to them. No, it's like the unspoken thing. It's like, you know what, motherfuckers, if you guys want to short it, it's kind of like what Apple's doing right now and what Tesla did. If you guys want to short it, that's on you. You're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to pay because it's gonna hurt you in the long run. Because who are we? We're a real company.
That's like, but no, like, no, you're not though. Like, yeah, you're a real company, but you're not profitable. You're not fucking profitable. Yeah, you don't have any debt. Great. You don't have any debt except for that $50 million from, we have zero debt except for this. Like, well, that means that you don't have zero, but whatever. You were a year late to NFTs. Nobody cares about NFTs. Nobody fucking cares about fucking NFTs. I mean, it really is a joke. It is a joke. And the chairman, is he the chairman? Whatever. Ryan Cohen did one of the most overt, blatant, ridiculous rug pulls, pump and dump, right in front of their fucking face. And it doesn't matter. But you got a real company. Like, okay, this is what makes me think that he is, you know, playing a character. Like, how could you be? How could somebody be like this? I don't know. Ryan Cohen wants to transform GameStop. GameStop is a lottery ticket. AMC is an expired lottery ticket. Maybe, or maybe they both are. I'm telling you, maybe they both are, because, I mean, if AMC is threatened by streaming, if AMC is threatened by the rise of streaming, then so is GameStop. Like, computers don't even have CD-ROM drives anymore. Like, you know, you don't buy physical software anymore. Just like you don't buy DVDs or Blu-rays. So I think they're more similar, personally, than people want to think. Or maybe realize. I could be wrong. I'm not, you know, I was near an AMC yesterday. I wasn't close enough to take a picture of it, and it was also like right after work, so there was nobody there, but it would have been a good picture with nobody there. Oh, actually, and you know, and there was a GameStop nearby too, actually. And I did see that one, and it was empty, but let's see here. GME is going to be the digital Amazon. I love when they say that. Amazon is the digital Amazon, right? Like, oh, I remember a video by Stimulate and Trade, Mr. Robot. Go back to the robot voice. We want that. Talking about how, this was last summer, and I talked about it in a video last summer that I no longer have, which really kills me because one of my favorite videos I did. Anyway, how GameStop was going to be selling, I don't know, you know, just random shit, like blankets and stuff. Like, okay, yeah, let me go to GameStop, buy a fucking blanket. Makes no sense. No, they're not. They're not going to sell that. Even stores that sell blankets are also in the same boat, by the way. The towel company, as they call it on Reddit. Retail, like it or not, apes are retail, and number one priority of market makers and hedgies are to take your money at any means possible, in my opinion. I mean, as long as you have that attitude, you will not win. And let me also say that it's not a win or lose. It's not, that's the wrong way to look at it. But, you know, if you're focused on somebody else trying to take your money at any means possible, you might as well just, you know, get out. Because that's the wrong way to look at it. It's the wrong way to look at it. It's the wrong thing to focus on. And you will probably end up losing all your money. You know, that's the narrative. That is the false narrative that has been spun for this whole time, for 2 years. That's the false narrative. It is absolutely the false narrative. Because, you know, you got to go back to what these entities actually do. And I don't have time to go into it now. But, I mean, you know, hedge funds, market makers, at the end of the day, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. Yeah, well, see, here's the thing, though. Stating facts after reading court documents. You read court documents. No, you read a filing. You read a lawsuit. You read what somebody alleged. That was never proven. Every one of those lawsuits was dismissed. Every one of them. Every one of them. So what you have is basically the same shit that you have on Reddit. You have somebody making a claim. That claim was never adjudicated in court. Well, actually, I guess it was. It was dismissed, which, you know, let me spell it out. That means there is no case. We're not going to hear this. This is not going anywhere. So, sorry. That's basically, you know, what you're talking about. Court cases that go back to the 80s. Oh, okay. So then why would you invest in something? Why would you think that it would ever, if that is the case, which I don't believe. Because I know how to make money in the market. You know, it doesn't matter. That's why I'm saying you're focusing on the wrong thing. Anybody who says hedgy, anybody who uses the term hedgy, they're fucked. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. If you go around saying hedgy this, hedgy that, you are fucked. You have eaten the fucking poison fruit. You know, you have taken the red pill. You've bought into the false narrative that it's retail versus hedge funds. That's a false narrative. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody who actually makes fucking money in the stock market goes around using the term hedgies. They don't. They just don't. Or if they do, there's somebody like Trey who got lucky, obviously, because he can't fucking trade now. He can't trade. He can't even remember what positions he has on. What the fuck? Yeah, refer to the pie in the face video. Government doesn't care about apes. So, yeah. Yeah, Pacer, I mean, the thing is, you know, you're not even necessarily talking about probably not talking about criminal actions. You know, you're talking about civil actions. which is a whole different ball game. I mean, you can't go around talking about crime, when really at the end of the day, you're talking about civil actions, tort law. Not the same. Not the same. So now, okay, David, this is your warning. Okay, this is your warning. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But I'm going to tell you right now, overstock. No. Maybe do some DD and read it. Maybe, I don't like your tone. So I'll tell you what. You can, just chill. I don't like that. But, let me say this. Overstock. Naked shorts. Yeah. At a time when naked shorting was not illegal. Who would have thunk? Naked shorting. At a time when it was legal to do so. And you know what? It's really, you look at, if you go into naked shorts with it with an open mind and no bias, which we try not to have. Most retail investors, seems like, long only bias. Probably more, in terms of investing rather than trading. But, I'm short-term guy, so I like the excitement. So I'm thinking more two-sided. But, naked shorting, I mean, if you go in, if you look at it objectively and removing the bias, I mean, there's a case to be made that naked shorting is actually a good thing. I've been reading some stuff. Read it. Peer-reviewed paper. A peer-reviewed paper. What does that mean, Tony? About it, and it's very interesting because it's a completely different perspective from what the apes, go around saying. They haven't read about it. They haven't looked into it. They haven't thought about it. They just are regurgitating the narrative that they've been told. It must be bad. FTDs must be bad. Off exchange, dark pools must be bad. It must be so that they can cheat us. It must be so that they can suppress the price. Well, I mean, the thing is, the market is all the participants in the market. So what happens is based on what people do. Somebody's got to provide the liquidity. Somebody has to sell it to you. Somebody has to be willing to say, all right, yeah, we have it or we'll get it for you. Either way, we'll sell it to you. Just like Trey, his dealer. Might not have it yet, but he will. Go ahead and send me the cash app. That is an FTD right there. Trey or whoever, let me just take the Trey out of it. Somebody calls someone who gets something for them. Gonna get this for me, right? Yes. Okay. Or, hey, I need this. All right, well, I don't have it. But, I'll get it. I'm going to get it. It's on the way. Okay. Oh, can you send me the money? Anyway? Yeah, okay. Well, you have half a transaction there. You paid. They received the money, but you didn't receive the product. You're going to receive the product. So, yeah. Let's see. It's used to make liquidity by market makers, not the same as hedge funds. Yeah. And that's the other thing, too. Hedge funds, market makers are lumped together. They should not be lumped together. They are not the same. They are not the same. Market makers are market participants. They are actively establishing and liquidating positions on their own behalf or on behalf of, the money that their clients have entrusted with them to invest. Market makers don't. Market makers don't have positions outside of what they need to remain delta neutral, and that's required by law. That is required by law, not to buy stock or short stock, but to retain delta neutrality. That's part of Dodd-Frank, part of the Dodd-Frank reform, Wall Street reform after 2008. The Volcker rule. Anyway, so but they don't trade. They don't trade to establish positions. They don't short stocks because they want the price to go down. They would buy or sell stocks or options to offset the risk that they have taken on by selling stock or options. So there's a big difference there. And whenever anybody lumps together hedge funds and market makers and throw the 1%ers in there too, if you're Frankie Jihad Muhammad, it's just ignorant. So, and it's the same people who go around saying hedgy this, hedgy that. Did I block David? No. I timed him out, and then Model 3 dude appeared to time him out as well. But, for a few minutes. But, I mean, I doubt that there's anything. Oh, excuse me. Okay. This is going to be the last video. I know we all love Donnie so much. He's a hedgies kind of guy.
This is not financial advice. This is not legal advice. This is for entertainment, educational purposes only. And everything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff, so you get the videos that I put them out. You can see I'm analyzing that data. Like I tell you every day, the data they release us is false, false, false. It's meant to mess with us psychologically, keep us off balance, so we keep making bad trading decisions.
Like this kind of stuff here. What purpose does this serve? By telling people this. So, sowing the seeds of distrust. You're being lied to. I mean, I feel like I'm watching. I feel like I'm listening to like AM radio overnight or something. Seriously, it's like that level of conspiracy. Like, don't believe anything.
Of course, Market Watch, seeking alpha, what they do. Market Watch put out another FUD article where they're claiming that there's 20 stocks with the highest short interest, but out of these 20 stocks, AMC is number 18 and GME is number 20. And here's the thing. They claim that the movie industry is doing terrible. But the only FUD articles that they put out is always against AMC. You got Cinemark, part of...
I don't think they're talking about the movie industry in general. Don't think so. And by the way, yeah, you had another. How are you going to square the fact that you had another movie theater company that's filing for bankruptcy. I fail to see the point here.
Regal Theaters, when was the last time you saw an article telling you to sell your Regal shares, telling you to sell your Cinemark shares? I haven't seen one. And the reason that they attack AMC all the time, the reason that they want us to sell our AMC shares, and this is just my opinion, I'm not telling you to buy, I'm not telling you to sell, I'm not telling you to hold. I'm telling you that I believe they do that because there's billions and billions and billions of counterfeit shares that they shorted into the market, and they are stuck and they got nowhere to turn, and the only way they can save themselves is for us to sell our shares.
There is zero factual basis for that claim. Zero. The only thing that these clowns point to is the fact that the price is lower than they want it to be. Remember, the numbers aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's a theme tonight, apparently. The numbers are supposed to be doing something different. They're not. Therefore, it must be this, which is the worst logic. It's the worst logic. Terrible logic. There is no factual basis for the claim that there are billions of counterfeit synthetic shares that were shorted into the market. There is no evidence for that. Zero. On AMC, on APE, or any other ticker, for that matter, in this modern market. There is zero factual basis. There is no evidence. None. If there were, they would have shown it. It would be different. But they don't have it. It doesn't exist. They haven't shown it. Nothing happened. The price kept going down because they focused on this false narrative that was spun, shoved down their throats by clowns like this, who have no business talking about anything to do with finance until they understand how to provide sources, evidence, facts to back up their claims. Period. If you can't do that, if you refuse to do that, or you don't want to do that, or you're going to make claims and not back them up with facts, or at least be able to when questioned, you shouldn't be doing it. Period. Period. That, in a nutshell, is the point of this channel. For all those who are wondering, why do you care if I sell my share? Don't give a fuck about anybody's shares. Don't care. Don't care about AMC.
I'm not selling every day. I pick up a little bit more. Okay?
Jesus
the only way
Christ.
out for them is for us to sell our shares. Because every week, every day that this goes on, they're losing millions and hundreds of millions of dollars, and their liquidity is drying up. And when it dries up, it's gonna be a catastrophe. It's gonna be a catastrophe. Anyway, the reason why you got these 18 other stocks whose short interest is higher than AMC is because that is what they want to put out there. They don't take into account that AMC has billions and billions of counterfeit shares. They don't take...
Well, that's not a fact, though. They don't take into consideration that fact because it's not a fact. If it were a fact, you would be able to point to a number. You'd be able to point to a number that somebody released that would say that, show that, anything to do with that. No, billions of synthetic shares. That just doesn't cut it, Don. That does not cut it. Maybe in fucking Trump world it does. Okay? Maybe it does in some fantasy world. But it just, no. No.
And to account that 80% of AMC is traded in the dog pools. So they can go in there and do what they want. So is this really the real short interest of AMC and GME? Of course it's not. In my opinion, it's not. The short interest for AMC and GME should be 200, 300, maybe 400%. That is the real short interest.
This guy's on fucking drugs. He has to be. Or something. Like, what the hell? 300-400%? Like, yeah, you have to provide a source for that. You can't just sit there. In this pretty much the same breath, he said, they're not taking into account the fact that there are billions of synthetics. Well, that's not a fact, okay? You presented it as a fact, but it's not a fact, not substantiated. At the same time, he's saying, in my opinion. Well, facts are not opinions. You cannot say, oh, in my opinion, I think this is a fact. No. No. This is basic. Learn how to make an argument. Learn how to craft an actual persuasive argument. Needs to incorporate facts. Something that is indisputable. Something that is quantitative. Not just, oh, I think this. In my opinion, there are da-da-da-da. No, the data show that XYZ. That's what you need to be able to say. You can't say that. You can't say that because if you could, well, you wouldn't be because the data would reflect it. So it's a big circle jerk, essentially.
As far as I'm concerned, based on the amount of shares that I calculate are out there in the market right now, and not the amount of shares, the amount of counterfeit shares that they put out in the market that I believe is currently floating around in the market right now. I believe it's billions of counterfeit shares, and the real short interest for AMC and
Amway. I'll tell you what. Two things I said. I can't think of anything that is as massive a scam as AMC and the grifter influencer thing. Okay, maybe I revised that. The two things come to mind that could be on the same level, similar type of level. One of which is Amway, and the other of which is Scientology. So those two things are probably, running close to it. But there are by far more people, I think, at this point, maybe not, but at the height of its popularity, I believe that there are multiple times more AMC apes than active Scientology members, which is crazy, but it's true. They're only, I don't know, some estimates are less than 50,000, less than 30,000 active members of that cult. So I think that, that's pretty telling. So what the apes need to do is register themselves as a church. That way they can write off their taxes.
Should be 300-400%. And then you look at the short interest data that Ortex released that the short interest dropped by 2%.
Yeah.
So if the short interest dropped, which means that they delivered some of those FTDs, they delivered some of those failure to delivers.
Oh God!
So if it dropped,
FTDs and short interest are not the same thing, my brother. Not the same thing.
2%, and y'all actually delivered these millions of shares back to the original owner. Why the price?
That's not what an FTD does. Delivered the shares back to their original owner. What?
How is the price going?
And see, here we go, getting into this misconception that, short interest translates into massive rises in price. It doesn't. It doesn't. There has to be buying pressure. There has to be buying pressure. And that's what Bad Back was saying here a minute ago. Or maybe it was Manny. Somebody was saying that. See ya, Chris. Have a good night. Stupidity has no tax bracket. The bar from teachers don't want to explain the same thing year after year to a failing student. I will pass him to avoid teaching him again if I was a teacher. Apes make a religion like Al Bundy with no ma'am on Married with Children.
Now,
yeah, remember that one.
If y'all are buying the shares and returning them, how is the price going down if you are buying the AMC shares and returning them? Obviously, nobody's buying any shares. All they're doing is running a Ponzi scheme on the American people, a Ponzi scheme on AMC investors, because they're just creating more fear to the livers, and they're kicking the can down the road, and they probably just transfer the debt between different entities in order to keep pushing the can down the road. They did not buy back any shares and put them back in the market. That is totally incorrect. The numbers might say that, but logic says they didn't do it.
Did he just say logic? Did he just say logic? I remember the Comstat meeting. Oh, hold on. God damn, did he actually say responsibility? Bill Rawls again. Fucking love that character. Major Rawls. The best is when you see him in the gay bar. Oh, it's fantastic. Anyway, did he just say fucking logic? Are you fucking kidding me? Motherfucker.
AMC said they didn't do it. Okay? And then one day, they even said they returned 14 million shares when we only traded 13 million. That's how outrageous the numbers are.
Yeah, because like we said, FTDs happen in the settlement process. The transaction's already happened. It has nothing to do with the trading volume for that day. Oh my God.
That's how the manipulation.
That's why people like this should not be talking about these things, because they oversimplify it and misinterpret it, and it causes people to have the wrong impression, to go around with this overinflated ego, and they're fools at the end of the day.
The shenanigans, the fraud has gotten so overwhelming that your numbers don't even match anymore. They're screwing up their own numbers. They are screwing up their own numbers. The bottom line is this.
All right.
They got it too deep. They kept doubling down and tripling down and doubling down and tripling down because they thought we would sell our shares. And now they're looking for a way out. And the only way out is to cover their short positions and take the loss. Because
not true. Not true. 100% not true.
You can't even bail them out at this point. I don't believe.
Makes no sense. The stock is down. The stock is down off of its highs, something like almost close to 90%. Shorts are not in trouble. That makes, even if there were naked shorts, it wouldn't make sense. Even if there were naked shorts, it would not make sense. Shorts are profitable. That's why you see short covering, but not out of control short covering, because they're covering at a profit. Yes, they're covering at a profit. These clowns have no clue what that means. Obviously, profit.
The government can even bail them out at this point. That's how.
There is no bailout that would need to happen because the stock's down. Shorts make money when the stock goes down. Therefore, shorts are making money. They don't need a bailout. He's getting himself confused with the apes.
I believe they got into AMC at this point. Anyway, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff.
Yeah, right. All right. So, yeah, who is his audience? I don't know. Everybody that would watch that would already know, or they would already believe that stuff, I think. He's not convincing anybody new because, I don't know, I would think, at least maybe I'm giving people too much credit. If you, like, hey, buddy, you know, have you heard about AMC? Oh yeah. Oh, here, check out this video. This guy named Donnie. He's real good. He'll tell you, explain it. It'll make a lot of sense. He's got the receipts to prove it. And you showed it somebody that, I would run as far away from everything as possible. Like, he's not convincing anybody who's not already overzealous, true believer, brainwashed about this. Like, no, that doesn't fly in the real fucking world. I don't take advice from poor people either, you know? So, and it's nothing against poor people. It's just that, you know, hey, am I going to take golf lessons from a fucking tennis professional? Am I going to go learn how to play piano from a guitar teacher? No. No, it's the same thing. Am I going to learn about money from somebody who doesn't have any money? No. No. So, good. All right, good live stream. See you guys on Friday, Saturday, or definitely on Sunday, futures. We'll see what happens the rest of this week. We didn't even talk about anything else, really, but what else is there to talk about? What else is there to talk about? Well, there's one other thing to talk about. And, you know, it's, yeah, got it here somewhere. Well, I just do it this way. Have a good night, guys. I will see you soon. Catch you in Telegram.
Okay. I need the price to go up. Like very soon. I can't take this anymore. I'm checking price and it is lower every hour. Check price, bet price. I can't take this anymore. I have over-invested by a lot. I need the price to go up already. Can they do something?
Good night. Catch you guys later.